What's up from Vancouver? It is Wednesday, the 16th of April. 11 days until race day. If I look haggard to you, it's probably because I am. I'm gonna keep it real on this channel. I always told you I would. I had my first drink and I think it was like 43 days or something on Friday, which turned into a bad hangover on Saturday, which I was like, well, I can only cure this with more drinks on Saturday. And then that hangover was so bad that Saturday and Sunday I smoked weed. Then I got sick. I spent Monday and Tuesday on the couch smoking and watching shows and low-key feeling bad and terrible about it. I just don't like that zombie version of me anymore. I missed my run yesterday, so I'm just gonna do it now. It might suck just because of what I put my body through this week, but like at the same time, guilt and shame get us nowhere. Just getting back on plan does. I was feeling like really bad in my mind yesterday, and I think this was just kind of meant to be a lesson of like, hey, this doesn't feel good anymore. I kind of knew that if I didn't drink, not smoking would not be as big of a problem or as difficult of a challenge. I think engaging with alcohol differently is going to be the key. Let's see where that takes us. Today what we're doing is a 9K run. Just feeling like intimidated by it because I know it's going to be kind of difficult. The first 5K at 6 minutes and then the last 4K at 5:50. Let's hope all of the shitty carb heavy food I had in the last 4 days comes to save me. Temporary relief is not worth the longer term pain that you just offset for yourself, you know? Okay. Warm up time. I just fucking fell. I'm only 1.6K in. I rolled my ankle. I like fell flat on my face and smashed my phone. And I'm really trying not to see this as like a punishment from the universe. But I was doing so well and like my body feels like a bag of rocks today. I don't know if I should just call it or keep going. This is so frustrating. Good morning from the yoga mat. Not a freaking cloud in the sky. Cat. I wanted to do a quick update because I don't think I've really filmed after the run because I was in a bit of a rush to get nails done. I kind of hate them. Obviously that was a really hard run. I didn't even film very much after falling. And I'm just gonna call it out. I was a bit of a victim in that when I was like, oh, the universe is punishing me. No, girl, your actions just have consequences. Unfortunately, I've been experimenting with this like traditional tarot deck. So yesterday before my run, I pulled the Hanged Man, which is like this upside down bat with red glowing eyes, and you're like, surely this can't be good. But the message was really good in the sense that like the Hanged Man is an expert of letting go and detaching. All in all, I think I was a little bit deluded of how that would go yesterday. It was a fucking struggle and a slog the whole way through. I wore those shorts before when I did that like amazing run on the jetty, and this time I just like chafed the shit out of my thighs, which is so weird because I did like a 10K and that didn't happen at all the last time. So it might have been my form, I don't know. My heart rate was through the roof. I was like legit in the last 2 kilometers breathing like like hyperventilating. And so it was just such a like shitty comparison to how I've been feeling like legit as powerful and free as a horse. My lungs felt so clean to like feeling like this. It was just like very, very upsetting and disappointing. All that to say that today I pulled the Mother of Cups. And apologies if this is too witchy for some of y'all, but it just helps me like relate back to my life. Believe it what you will. It's kind of like a horoscope. It's like you will see yourself in it if you choose to believe it. And if you choose to say that's bullshit, then whatever works for you, I guess. But I do this for my clients if they're open to it, which is fun because most of them are. Anyway, the Mother of Cups. The one thing that really stuck with me was like she tends to get aggressive and defensive when stuck in a difficult situation. And she tends to see herself as a victim. And I was like, damn. Yeah, like I'm not the victim of the universe punishing me. I am the victim of my own choices. My actions have consequences, and weirdly I feel like this, as unfortunate as it might be for my race, if I really did screw a month and a half of progress in a weekend, this is exactly when it needed to happen, because the stakes are high, but they're not so high because it's not like the half marathon for the first time, for example. It's not 30K for my birthday. It's for a race that I really want to do well in, but I've already hit my PB. But the stakes are high enough for me to be like, wow, that run yesterday fucking sucked. It was so hard. It had like consequences on my phone, it had consequences on my body, it had consequences on my mind. I was also feeling like shit even, and like so anxious the day before that. So like, yeah, it just had consequences all around. I feel like that needed to happen for me to be like, wow, I never want to feel like this again. Maybe there's just a world where it doesn't need to go that hard, you know, to the point that I am so hungover that I need to smoke weed, and then to the point that I'm so drunk that I have no control over my inhibitions of like vaping, because like I think vaping is just like the devil. It really fucks your lungs. So anyway, I kind of decided today I'm gonna learn from the Hanged Man. I'm not gonna be the Mother of Cups in the sense that like I'm gonna feel sorry for myself, and I'm just gonna like move, you know. And I don't mean that like move my body. I'm just gonna like keep fucking moving. I'm gonna keep going, because what's the opposite of that? Doing nothing, giving up. That's not even an option to me. And to me, I'm like, no matter what, I will hit a sub 1 hour on that 10K. I was hoping to feel really strong and really powerful and like maybe smash the last PB that I did. And maybe I still will. Like maybe that was just a shitty run, but I think no matter what, even if it's as hard as it was yesterday, like I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna do sub 1 hour. I know that. I just might be hyperventilating and like collapsing by the end of it. But that's not the goal. That's not how I want it to feel, but it's okay, because this is a learning moment. Every relapse is an opportunity to build resilience. It's an opportunity to learn. And honestly, I was like, why did that happen? And I think it's because I was going really hard with work. I was going really hard with working out. I was just like had really high expectations for myself, and I don't think I was allowing myself very much time to rest. And so when I was like, what was my body actually craving? It was like just numbed out time on the couch doing straight up nothing. And I just want to be really clear that there's like still time for that in this life, in this reality, in like taking care of your body. And it's part of taking care of your body, as long as it's done in moderation, just like every fucking other thing. And sometimes you need to relapse, and you need to relapse multiple times just to be like, oh, this doesn't serve me anymore. This doesn't feel good anymore. Like, I'll be the first one to admit I returned to every shitty boyfriend I had, even a physically abusive boyfriend that I had, multiple times, because that's an addiction cycle too. And I just had to learn my lesson every single time. Multiple times, to be like, this doesn't even feel good anymore once you know something better. So if you like keep relapsing, I just want you to know that, like, think about another time you went back to something only for you to finally fucking know that this isn't for me anymore, and then you went back again. You know, whether it's food, whether it's not moving, whether it's a shitty boyfriend or girlfriend, partner. We all do it. Most of us need to learn our lesson multiple times. And so I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to be an active agent in my life and recognize that I have agency over my decisions, but also over like the consequences and how I choose to feel about them, because like nobody made those for me. I made them for myself, and maybe not in my most clear-headed state, but it was still me. That's my thought for today. I just got back on plan yesterday and it didn't feel great, but it felt a whole lot better than sitting on the couch stoned like a zombie. So, lesson learned. Let's see how many more times I have to learn it. I just did a video, but it was kind of depressing inside, so I'm gonna redo it. So today, what we have scheduled is 8-kilometer race repeats, but I did the math and all in all it's 12K, which feels really daunting right now. Obviously the last run was quite difficult emotionally and physically, and a little bit disappointing and a product of my actions, but I feel like I'm just like being very shameful about it, and that's not the vibe. So I'm just choosing to believe that this run will be better. Feeling just honestly a little bit apathetic this week. I feel like I might have kind of burnt myself out, to be honest. I think I'm at the point where I'm kind of over this training block and I want it to end, and I just want the race to happen because it's just tiring a little bit, and you want to sometimes just like run for the sake of running and not because you have to do X, Y, or Z. Today, 1.5K warm-up, then 8K race intervals, so basically 2 kilometers at 5:55 each with 400 meters in the middle to recover. Do that 8 times, and then a 1K cool down. Sorry, do that 4 times. The apathy is real today. I am in my luteal phase, or as Josiah would say, my lunar phase. The hormones really, I've noticed, do affect me. We're just gonna do our best and pray for the best. Feeling better than I was thinking I would. 2.4K in, under pace, heart rate soon, decent by my standards. Sub 1 hour 10K, last interval, like 800 meters or something. Yeah, 59 minutes, 10K. Not a PB, but encouraging because I'm not as bad as I thought I'd be, but I'm also not my strongest. In our last kilometer cool down, depression is cured. Ended up running like 11 point something K. Here's the tit sweat. Here's the tit tat. Really nice to not feel as apathetic after that. I feel like I was just so discouraged after that last run. It just went so poorly in so many ways, and this is just such a nice confidence builder to have 7 days out from the race. It's Sunday today. It's literally next Sunday that the race happens. It's a 10K. Today I just ran another sub 1 hour, so it just feels good to have had that confidence boosted. I knew even if I was like suffering and struggling like I was last week that I would be able to do it. It would just be nice to actually feel powerful, and that I did today after like the 2nd kilometer. So that's really encouraging. I really am glad that I'm feeling that way. Just thankful that this went well. I now am really looking forward to that race. I think it's gonna be really fun, and wow. If this isn't proof of how much a run or a workout or whatever can change your mindset, I don't know what it is. I'm feeling so glad that that went well and it wasn't torture. Yeah, I'm feeling really excited about Sunday, April 27th. As of tomorrow, I'm gonna be really dialed into my diet. I'm just so glad this went well. I'm feeling so thankful, and now I'm feeling hyped up. It's all gonna go good. Love you, bye.